This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Yo, what the?
Yeah, that's viewer video of a plane falling out of the sky over Newburgh. Everything we know about this crash coming up this morning in our top story.
And today, thousands of Kaiser employees in Oregon and Washington are set to join the largest healthcare strike in U.S. history. We break down the sticking points.
Today is also the first Wednesday of October and the first Wednesday of every month. It's a good energy day here at KGW, so we're kicking it off on Sunrise with a new report from Chris McGinnis regarding the push to get people to drive electric. That's coming up here at 5:15.
Good morning, everyone. Chris also doing double duty. Weather. Rod is enjoying a vacation this week, so welcome. And your weather is making headlines.
Our weather will be
Triple
making
duty,
headlines.
actually.
That's true.
Weather, traffic, and good energy.
And after this, I'll be talking about sports later. Go Phils. Anyway, I thought you'd like that. Let's go ahead and get you out the door right now. Live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. Cloud cover moving in. It's hard to see. It's dark. We're still a good 2 hours away from sunrise, but it is cloudy. It's 56 last check at PDX. Real quick check of this. I wanted to show this camera because it's pretty neat. This is from Oregon's Veterans Home in the Dalles. You can see Mount Hood there and some starlit skies and a little bit of moonlight kind of illuminating the snow cap there on top of Mount Hood. I thought that was neat. All right, little fog at the coast, but so far that's about the limit of the fog, the extent of the fog right now. 1 mile visibility showing up at Newport. All right, the plan for today, patchy fog and certainly some low cloudiness. Unlike yesterday, we're not anticipating drizzle. Unlike yesterday, I expect the clouds and fog to burn off earlier. So we should see sunshine earlier with highs in the upper 60s, and that is the beginning of what should be a really nice run of weather taking us through the upcoming weekend. More on that in just a second. Let's get you out the door with a live look at the roads, and that is a look at I-5 through North Portland. Anyone there? A couple of cars moving from right to left. That's the southbound commute. Highway 26 out near 217, the headlights, that's your inbound commute there. Guys, the roads are pretty wide open. No crashes, no unexpected delays just yet.
Thank you, Chris. We have an update this morning from Newburgh after a plane crashed into a home. Just after 11 o'clock last night, officials discovered the body of a second person who died in the crash. A third passenger was airlifted from the scene. Let's get out to Devin Haskins. He is live near the house in Newburgh. Devin.
Yeah, good morning. So right now we're in front of that house on North Cedar Street. You can see some of the police tape that's up in front of the house. There's a security guard sitting out front of it. It's a little dark out right now. The plane is still inside or on top of the house, but it is on the back side of the house, so it's really difficult to kind of get a good grasp of what it looks like. So here in a second, we're going to show you some video of that plane. You saw it at the top of the show. We're going to show you again. I know that it may be hard for some people to watch. It does not show the moment of impact. It does disappear behind another roof. Before we stop that video. This all happened just before 7 o'clock last night. You can see that small fixed wing airplane spiraling downward here towards that house on North Cedar Street in Newburgh. Firefighters say there were 3 people on board when it crashed into the home. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue said there were also multiple people inside the home when the plane crashed, but everyone, they say, inside the home was able to escape safely. We don't know who was on board the plane, but looking at FlightAware, it's a flight tracking website. The plane is a twin-engine Piper owned by Hillsborough Aero Academy. It took off around 6:20 Tuesday night and appeared to lose airspeed suddenly and then crashed less than 30 minutes later into this home. KGW News caught up with Micah Shower, who looked up and captured this video.
I'm in shock, kind of, and I ended up getting a glimpse and being, someone else has to see this to confirm what I'm seeing. I still doesn't really feel like it's real. I truly do feel sorry for their family and their loss.
All right, so now the investigation moves to the NTSB and the FAA, who will come out here and look into find out what caused that crash. I'm told to be out here about 9 o'clock this morning. Back to you.
Devin Haskins reporting live for us this morning there in Newburgh. We'll have more from Devin, as he mentioned, later. Right now, though, another one of our top local stories. Thousands more Kaiser workers set to hit the picket lines at 6 o'clock this morning. So this group is part of a 75,000 member group of Kaiser workers who are going to strike nationally. These workers include a bunch of different positions, everything from emergency department technicians to dietary services workers to medical assistants and even housekeepers. These workers are demanding better pay, more job protections, and more staffing. This, by the way, comes after local Kaiser pharmacy workers began a separate 3-week strike this past weekend.
A federal judge has 60 days to decide whether a lawsuit against Legacy Emmanuel Hospital and the city of Portland can move forward. The plaintiffs are from the Albina neighborhood. They say when the hospital bought 55 acres of land from the city for an expansion project back in the 60s and 70s, families were pushed out of the area, and it's been detrimental for the community for decades. But attorneys for Legacy and the city of Portland are asking the judge to throw the case out, arguing too much time has passed.
Judge Simon now has 60 days within which to make a ruling. We remain steadfast in our mission and focus.
26 descendants of families and surviving Black Portlanders who were displaced are bringing the lawsuit.
Portland city officials are now demanding immediate change after 8 young people overdosed Monday morning in a northwest Portland park. Firefighters here say that's the most they've ever responded to in a single call. Commissioner Rene Gonzalez is now calling on the county to declare a health emergency. He wants the city to be more aggressive about prosecuting drug dealers. He also reminded people not to call 911 for non-emergencies.
The only people who are coming in that situation are your first responders, and we are wearing them thin in a way that is undermining safety in our entire community. We got to do better.
Mayor Ted Wheeler described the overdoses as horrific, saying Portland is out of time when it comes to stopping the flow of deadly drugs. Last week, Governor Kotek announced she was directing Oregon State Police to help combat the crisis here in Portland.
All right, before we get back to Chris McGinnis and his forecast for this Wednesday, check this out. A new newspaper is making its rounds in Wasco County. So this is the South Wasco Times. It was just released. The first edition of that paper just released, and it covers smaller communities like Maupin and Duffer.
I thought it was really important to have a news source that would reach everybody, and not everybody here does internet.
I don't really like doing the internet myself. The paper, by the way, only available in its physical form. You cannot find this newspaper online. Right now, we're told circulation out there in Wasco County is around 750 copies. So maybe the newspaper business is not dead after all. Alive and well in Wasco County.
It's like a book, right? It's kind of nice to hold something in your hand.
Yeah.
And after a while, we get tired. Our eyes get tired from screens. And
Well,
stuff.
the Oregonian's been gone from a book to like basically a loose leaf piece of paper.
A pamphlet.
Every other day.
Yeah, honestly, my mom up in Seattle, like she every single day reads the paper, the physical paper still.
No, my father-in-law same way. Likes to go out there, get the paper off the front door.
You know what's kind of
Totally
nice too about the
old
papers? That smell. Remember the smell of the ink
Of
on the paper?
newsprint?
Yeah.
You lost me there. You lost me there.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll get you back with my forecast. How about that?
Wearing this morning,
It's-
Chris? Newspaper.
It's newspaper. I rub myself in newspaper. It smells great, doesn't it? All right, let's go ahead and give you the live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. It's dark. It's early. We're still 2+ hours away from sunrise. But if you look really closely, you can. Okay, maybe you can't see anything, but there are some clouds out there right now. It is cloudy. Last check at 56 at the airports, 53 in Hillsborough, and 55 in Scappoose. Big perspective across the state of Oregon this morning. There are some chilly pockets. Baker City, Burns, Sun River waking up to temps in the 30s, and the Oregon coast in the upper 40s right now. That's the cool spot, at least right now at Tillamook. Check this out, by the way. This is interesting. Brookings checking in with 69 degrees. Why is that? That's because the breeze is offshore coming down off the Coast Range. That's keeping temperatures quite warm down in Brookings right now, and that is a sign of things to come for all of Western Oregon and Washington heading into later this evening and especially Thursday and Friday, and you'll see that reflected in the 7-day forecast. For now, it's really hard to see here. Our satellite radar imagery doesn't necessarily pick up on the low cloudiness, but the low clouds are intruding on the Willamette Valley, and Futurecast depicts that here through the first part of our day. Clouds will thin earlier today than they did yesterday. We should finish with sunshine and a nice good-looking finish to our Wednesday, and we'll keep the sunshine going into Thursday and Friday. I mentioned the offshore breeze. Here we go. Futurecast later today starts to develop an east breeze. That is a downsloping wind off the Cascades, off the Coast Range, and what does that do? It takes air from higher elevation and brings it down lower. It squeezes a little bit, and so we really maximize the heating and the heat potential with that wind flow. What does that do? That raises our temperatures significantly, and you'll see that in our 7-day forecast. All All right, this afternoon, again, with the morning clouds, we may not get to 70 today. Futurecast holds us at 69, but check this out. Overnight, lows only get down into the mid-50s, and then with that downsloping east wind, we get boosted up to 80 degrees on Thursday, and it gets warmer. How about 82 on Friday? 83 on Saturday. If we get there, there's a reasonable chance we do. That would be tying the record high set back in 2014.
Really fall? Okay, thanks, Chris.